Da 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 dum bum ba da dum bum ba da dum bum ba da dum bum bum ba da 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 da. Welcome, travelers from around the world. My name is Alex Aria, and welcome to BunnyBytesGaming. Today we have very special news and a very special season coming real soon. Game of Thrones Season 6. I am so excited! This series has been so compelling. It's had so many great characters, so many great deaths. But it has been a fantastic series that I have enjoyed thoroughly. It is really, really good, and Season 6 is just coming out this Sunday, April 24th. And before we continue any further, one thing. Spoilers! At this time, if you are not interested in any Season 6 spoilers, Season 5, or beforehand, I would probably go somewhere else. You know, a lot of those videos down there and to the right, left of, or whatever of me, those look pretty good. I would go check those out if you aren't into Game of Thrones or just aren't ready for Season 6 yet. But here we go in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so first off, Jon Snow is dead. He is shanked to heck and back. And Season 5 left us off on some big old cliffhangers, as well as just in general. It was very, very well. There was a lot going on. We had Jon Snow. We had the Marcella death. We had King's Landing all in ruin, and especially with the sparrows now in order. It's getting crazy! And Daenerys is now with the Khaleesi of the Dothraki. Woohoo! First off, with the new season from the trailers, mind you, I have not actually seen the previews for the first episode yet. I have only seen the first 2 trailers, so that's what I'm going to be going off of. So, we know that Sansa and Theon have successfully jumped off the edge of Winterfell. And with that, Miranda is good and gone, so they can skedaddle outside of there and get the heck of the way out of the Boltons. Oh my gosh. And with Sansa's storyline, I'm really excited to see where it's going to go, because she even said, Sophie Turner said that she has a very, very good season coming, and people will really appreciate and like what she's going to do. That being said, I am really excited to see where it's going to go too, because I'm gonna guess they're gonna take storylines from other characters and plop them into Sansa's, because in the books, for what I know, Sansa's not actually supposed to be in Winterfell, or was supposed to be in Winterfell. She was supposed to be in the Vale with Littlefinger. So this kind of adds a new story. Either this is going to be like totally original, combined characters. I'm really excited to see where Sansa's gonna go. And Theon, who knows? I'm gonna guess that he's going to try and get as far away from Westeros as he can, or at least out of Bolton territory, and go back home. There is also the Onion Knight. Oh dear. He's over at the Night's Watch. And oh my gosh, so he has Night's Watch who are now totally opposed to Jon Snow. Oh. He is not in a pretty place. Oh man, I don't want him to die. He's so awesome. But yeah, like in the trailer, we saw him say, "I'm sorry for what I'm about to do." My prediction, my guess about what he was trying to say in that trailer was that he was going to fight some Night's Watchmen. There obviously are going to be big squabbles about what do we do with Jon Snow's body. Do we burn it? Do we bury it? Do we let Melisandre do voodoo magic on it and bring him back to life? Like, there are so many theories about how Jon Snow is going to come back, or if he even is going to. My guess is that he is. But I can definitely guarantee that Melisandre will probably be one of them. There was also an interesting thing in the trailer where she basically said, I think, that she was a fraud or something about her belief not being in the right place. I don't know. And we have Aria, who is now going to be training with the Faceless Men and getting a second chance. There will not be a third. Oh man, that is going to be awesome. But she's blind, which is going to be lovely. So not only is she training to be a Faceless Man and be a super assassin, but she's blind. Honing her senses, I guess, and hearing alone would be great, but hopefully she can get her vision back. This is going to be kind of difficult for her because she still holds family and just her own ideals so close to her that really her separating everything and losing and giving up everything, that's going to be really hard for her. And I mean, there's still Needle. Needle is still out there in the bay. So she still hasn't thrown everything away that she once had and owned and knew. That's going to be possibly another piece in the plot that comes together. And there's so much also going on with Khaleesi, where she is now with the Dothraki, and there's a new head, and looks to be like a pretty big Khalasar, which is very, very interesting to see where all the Dothraki, like the, what was it, like 100,000 or 10,000 that what's his name had? Big bushy beard that he had. Khal Drogo. Oh my gosh, names. This is Game of Thrones. Names don't come easily. And like, obviously there were branches and splits because no one wanted to follow Khaleesi after that. Of course, she did have a huge amount of followers after she got her dragons, but we are in for a treat. And of course, there's Sir Friendzone, who is venturing around Jorah the Explorer. And he is trying to find his waifu. That sounds so weird saying it, but it's so true. He loves her to death, and he is not going to stop at anything, even with his good old grayscale. And that's another thing. The grayscale, how far is that going to go? Obviously, there has been some voodoo magic with the Red Priestess Melisandre, who helped cure Stannis' daughter. But is he going to be able to be cured? How far is this going to go? How far in the mind will he go before he loses everything? That's really scary, especially considering how contagious grayscale is. Like, people are dropped over in Valyria just so they don't get other people sick. And that's going to be a big risk for everyone, actually. No, not just one person, except for, as well as Khaleesi, but everyone that he meets and possibly touches or handshakes. That's going to be very, very scary. So we'll see where that goes. And of course, there's good old Sam. Sam is in Old Town, training to be a maester. So we have Sam also, who is training to become a maester in Old Town. And I'm not sure how much plot development we'll get there, but I am really excited to see him get more training and development over in that area where he's actually accepted. You know, this guy loves velvets and kittens and dancing and singing. Like, the Night's Watch is not the best place for him. And thank goodness that he got out in time before Jon Snow's death. Oh, Jon, your Uncle Benjen has returned for the watch. Oh my gosh. That was so surprising. Like, they totally trolled us too. Well, I didn't expect him to come back, but, you know, they had that whole preview before the actual showing where it showed, like, all these things with Uncle Benjen. He didn't come back. it was totally a trick, but we all know that now. We also have Jaime and Bronn in Dorne, and they are, oh my gosh, Marcella just died, and they're not too far from Dorne. That means that they could probably just go right back and be like, hey you did not hold your end of the bargain. You're in big trouble, and we're coming for your head. And to be honest, Dorne's storyline was really kind of just boring. Like, it was a travel story, but it really did not engage me. The Sand Snakes were kind of underdeveloped too. There was only like the one that really stood out. And it just kind of was not there. Like, the story engagement was not there. So I'm really excited to see Jaime and Bronn back in King's Landing at some point, and we know there's going to be something between the High Sparrow, Jaime, and all of them, where he and I think the Tyrells, I think I saw their banners too, are going to be marching on the Sept of Baelor and taking down the High Sparrows. Or will it be the other way around? We don't know. And then, lastly, one of my most favorite and most interesting parts that I've personally loved is Bran's storyline. Sure, it's not too engaging, nor is it really exciting, but I mean, it is kind of exciting. Like, Bran's story is what develops the full mysterious lore around all of Westeros, or even the world. Like, this is where the biggest threat is. Forget the Lannisters. Forget the Dothraki. And dragons, even. We got ice monsters coming. Ice monsters are coming. And they won't stop for nothing. So, we have Bran, who is a green seer and warg. And he is now up in the north training with the three-eyed raven. And Hodor is Hodoring along. So that's going to be awesome. And in the trailer, we saw Bran right next to the Night's King. The Night's King! Whether or not this is a dream sequence, a vision, or what have you, this is going to be extremely big. We haven't had the Night's King appear since Hardhome. And we know an icy death is coming to everyone. Now, whether or not this was an actual dream, or this was in the, like, in real life, and Bran was touched by the Night's King, that's terrifying. I don't know how Bran is going to be able to save himself. Like, hopefully he'll learn some magic, or just be able to get away before things get rough for him, but it's really, really awesome. Game of Thrones has been amazing, and it's going strong, and the season, I feel, is going to be fantastic. Sure, Winds of Winter hasn't come out yet, but I'm really excited to see how this storyline will continue, even if they don't have the books already published. I'm actually kind of curious to see if this is going to be the full deviation point between book and TV show. Not that the TV show is already split, but I'm really curious to see how far this rabbit hole goes. So, with that, thank you for watching. We have more great and fantastic content coming real soon. So, if you like this video, like it, favorite, comment, and PK Fire that subscribe button. And I will see you all real soon.